Hey, welcome. Come on in. My name is Tammy. I am with Inch by Inch. Um, just a quick disclaimer, guys, before we get started today. There are a lot of scammers out there, so please, please be careful. I will not contact you in the comments to ask you for money or solicit you for coaching sessions. So if you are contacted, please report it or ignore it. It's not me. So today, guys, we are going to start a conversation around the vision we have for our lives. I have to ask you, have you ever been in a place where you felt stuck? I'm kind of there right now. You see, I have a good job that meets my financial needs. I have wonderful bosses, and I feel like I am valued at my job. I am surrounded by family and friends who love me. I should be satisfied, right? But yet I'm asking myself if there is more. Actually, I know there's more. There's an adventure waiting for me. Yet, here I sit, unmoving, not really knowing what I should do first. Inertia holding me in place like my feet are stuck in concrete. And then on top of everything, there is this little voice whispering in my head going, "You've already been through a lot. Why do you want to head into the unknown? You don't know if it's any better than where you are right now. You're safe here. No one would blame you if you stayed right here." But then the adventurer reminds me of a time when I was living the life that I felt I was destined to have. It also reminds me that I'm not young anymore, and time is running out. In fact, I'll be 56 on my birthday next month. And the adventurer asks, "Tammy, how in the world did you get so afraid of life?" Now, that's not a very kind thing to say, but if I think about it for a second, it's true. I want to be the adventurer again. I miss that. Tell me, are you feeling the same way I do? If you are, what are we going to do about it? How do we get unstuck and start creating a new vision for our lives? A life that is fun and fulfilling. So this past week I did some thinking about that question as I was preparing for this video. Here's some things that I came up with that are blocking me. I don't feel like I have enough time to make the changes I want. Second, I am having trouble with where do I start, or knowing what steps to take and rationalizing myself out of them. 3, getting out of my comfort zone is really, really scary. 4, the future in the great unknown is not even visible at this moment. I kind of feel like a blind woman walking a path with no direction. What if I fall? Or worse, I get lost on this path and I'm never able to reach my goal. So I am pretty certain that if you are watching this video, I know you also have an idea of the changes you want to make in your life. What does that vision look like for you? For me, I want to be a life coach. And don't laugh when I say this, but I want to sell Mary Kay. The thing I beat myself up about is asking, why am I still talking about these things? Why aren't they done yet? And I'll bet you could tell me why, because we probably have similar, let's call a spade, excuses. So today is a new day, friends, and today is the day we start changing the script in our heads and start moving forward. Don't panic. It's not going to be hard or as scary as you think. We aren't going to make the changes all at once, and I promise you, it's not going to be hard or require you to rearrange your entire life. I want to talk to you about a concept I've been working with for about a year now. If the total common sense of it resonates with you, let me know in the comments below. There are, of course, a lot of factors that go into making changes, and we will discuss them as time goes by, but I want you to stay tuned for that. But today, let's look at something we have control over, our habits. James Clear writes in his book, Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break old ones. And I quote, "Winners and losers have the same goals." Now think about that for a moment. The person who did not accomplish their goal didn't wake up that morning saying, you know what? I'm going to set this amazing goal and then I'm going to fail at it. The author says that the reason for the failure lies in the systems and habits being used. Adjust those, success is guaranteed. The first point he made hit me like a ton of bricks. The goal is merely the direction we are traveling. It is not so much about achieving the outcome of a goal, but about the person we are becoming as we tackle the tasks needed to make it happen. The second point is change can be achieved by a simple and consistent 1% improvement to habits and systems that move us forward every single day. Wait, what? You mean I don't have to push myself to exhaustion every day, hustling towards a goal? This was really a huge aha moment for me, and it took a lot of the stress off. He says that the action of performing the habit is more about how we feel about ourselves as a person as we do the task rather than achieving the goal. He asks, who are we becoming each time we move that needle 1%? Guys, my head was spinning when I read this. Could you actually achieve a goal? Dare I say it? Easy? Actually, that would be the point. When we set goals, these goals themselves are often these huge things that when we complete are supposed to change our lives. However, that's not really how it's supposed to work. The steps we take in achieving the goal shift our perspective of ourselves, and it is that change in self that changes our lives. Let me say that again. The steps we take in achieving the goal shift our perspective of ourselves, and it is that change in self that changes our lives. I don't know about you, but often when we start a goal, we leap out of the gate at full speed, hell-bent on getting to the finish line as quickly as possible. We think that sheer willpower and momentum will carry us through. How has that worked for you in the past? My own experience, I would say, never. I set a goal and I go until I reach my first obstacle or I fall off my habits. Then I beat myself up and that little voice in my head saying, see, told you couldn't do it. And then I give up. And I'm just reluctant to start again. And I beat myself up again. What happened? Why did I fail? Am I lazy, unmotivated, or am I just lacking some key genetic component that is just going to keep me a failure for the rest of my life? Well, actually, after reading Atomic Habits, I discovered that the habits and systems I put in place were unsustainable and did not fit my life and how I learn. Little did I know that in those moments, I was setting myself up for failure. Mind completely blown, because I was doing what I was taught and how I was taught to set a goal. So one example of this from my own life would be my weight. I have fought my weight all my life. I've had great successes only to gain all the weight back at some point. James Clear's insight showed me that my previous thinking was that my goal was to be thin, when my focus should have been on the type of person I wanted to be and how losing weight would fit into that vision. Well, my vision is to enjoy my life and have great adventures. Being a healthy person would give me the energy to enjoy these adventures. Now, I want to say that it's okay to define the parameters of my focus with a goal, but my focus itself should be on the habits and systems that I create. The dedication is what will move the needle that 1% every single day to success. So here are some key points that James Clear writes about in his book. 1, keep it simple. 1% means just that, a tiny, stupid, easy task that will put a deposit in your self-esteem account on a daily basis. Oh, and the task doesn't need to be more than 2 minutes. Yeah, you heard me right. I said 2 minutes. Now we'll talk more about the 2-minute rule on another day, okay? So in my coaching practice, I've helped more than one person along these lines. They had a big goal they wanted to accomplish. We all get it that breaking through the inertia to get started is really, really hard. So the first step was for them to just sit in that space where they will work on the habit. Nope, they didn't do anything else, but they showed up every day in that space until they decided what the next 1% would be. I used to call these micro wins. Now, you're thinking, a teeny tiny win doesn't seem like much and might hardly be noticeable, but trust me, even a micro win has me doing victory laps around the coffee table, just like I won the Indy 500, guys. And it honestly feels as good as a huge win. So 2, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be good. Just get started. You will get better and better at it, I promise. 3, track your progress. Just see how many days in a row you can do the new habit. Remember, every time you perform the habit, you are becoming a better version of you. If you miss a day or fail at the attempt, don't sweat it, just start again. As time progresses, you will see that you did your new habit more times than you missed it. Here's the good news. Number 4, progress is cumulative. So track your progress so you will be able to see the improvement. James Clear says that a daily 1% improvement would add up to almost a 37% improvement over the course of a year. Let's do more victory laps. So, for example, at the start of 2022, I set an intention to be a person who keeps a tidy home. One of the early 1% habits I set was to spend 5 minutes tidying each room in my apartment. Now, the first day I started in the living room. I was able to tidy the room as expected, but within a few days I noticed something really cool, that I was getting that tidy done in less than 5 minutes. So I grabbed my duster and I was able to dust a shelf, just one shelf on my bookcase. Well, by the end of the week, my living room stayed tidy and I dusted another bookshelf every day or a table or whatever. And come to find out, half my dusting was also done by the end of the week. It worked the same in all the rooms. I'm saying vroom, vroom, baby, right? I just found an easy way to hack my life. Okay, guys, so I don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of details you may not be ready for. So we'll leave the video here for now. Next video, we take a look at my goals and the habits I have in place and how I've been doing on them. Now, I know you don't want me to do this, but I'm going to ask you the hard questions. This week, give some thought to the following questions. If you feel comfortable, you're welcome to post your answers in the comments. Question number 1. What is your vision of your life? Number 2. What changes would you like to make in order to move yourself to that vision? Number 3, define it with a realistic goal that you can work towards for the next 30 days. And I'm only giving a 30-day time frame because anything else can get discouraging, okay? But 30 days is a workable amount of time. And we can always extend it later, okay? What is the better version of yourself that these changes would create? And number 5, what is the 1% habit that you can implement to move you toward your goal? So everybody, I want to thank you for tuning in. I've put the link to James Clear's website and the questions in the description below. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the success of the channel. I will see you in our next video. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.